Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and I'm excited because we have Tuesdays with Charlie coming up. It's always fun.
That is always fun.
I always enjoy chatting with your father. He's my father-in-law. That's Heidi's dad. We're married to each other, Heidi and I, for those of you that... Everybody's up to speed now?
I think so,
Good.
probably.
I've got a quote for today. Napoleon Hill said it, not Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Hill said, "Your big opportunity may be right where you are now." I like that. So sometimes we think in order to, achieve more, we need to go somewhere else or do something else. Sometimes just keep doing what you're doing, but do it better.
There you go.
That could be. So got a lot of fun stuff to get to on this Tuesday. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. If you have a dog, listen to this. FreshPatch.com is a subscription service that will send you a box with a fresh patch of grass for your dog to use for a few weeks. Then they send you a new fresh patch and you discard the old one. You can throw it in the trash, use it for compost, or even put it in your yard and it'll grow into the ground. FreshPatch.com has thousands of happy dog families who love this concept, especially in the colder months. Try it now for a little less. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO. Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Tuesday, the 23rd day of October. Can you believe it's only like a week away from November?
I know.
I'm just looking at the calendar. Next Thursday is November 1st. How did that happen? Today is National Boston Cream Pie Day. It's like regular cream pie, but it's got a great accent. No. It's also National Mole Day, National TV Talk Show Host Day. It's Johnny Carson's birthday. That's why that's what today is. It is the iPod birthday as well, iPod Day, and the Swallows Depart from San Juan Capistrano Day.
Really?
We should go check that out sometime.
Yeah, we should.
Got to put that on the list. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Radio. It's a pretty amazing marketing tool. But like many tools, it works best when used properly. Like, let's take this weed whacker. I could use this to trim my hair. Yikes. Hope that grows back. But that's not what weed whackers are for. Tools work much better when you use them for their proper use, just like radio. If you want help making radio work better for your business, that's our business. RadioReallyWorks.com. Get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com. Time now for, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? You ready for this, Heidi?
I'm ready.
I'm going to cover this up because I got a feeling you're cheating.
Yeah.
I'm going to randomly pick one here. How about this one? Tell me, Heidi. Pines in Wyoming, Michigan. The Pines, Wyoming, Michigan. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Pines. I'm going to say rehab center.
It's a golf course, actually. I was actually thinking we might have already done that one, but maybe we didn't. I don't know if we did or if we didn't. Either way, you got it wrong this time. Might have got it right last time. I have no
Probably.
idea. The golf course is what it was today, so you didn't get it right. Otherwise, you would have gotten a golf clap. Thanks for listening to...
No golf clap if I get it wrong.
No golf clap for wrong answers, no. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com. And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Every day at this time, we talk about people who do silly things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or somebody you know needs some help, you can learn more at TimeForRehab.com. So the police were called because there was a suspicious vehicle in a parking lot, and when the police got there, they found a white Dodge Ram pickup with a Florida tag driving around the parking lot. The driver of the truck was a white male who was driving around, passing available parking spaces and staring at women as they were coming out of the Target store.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, they asked him about his actions, and he responded that he was getting out to go shopping inside. Well, that's when they smelled some marijuana from in his vehicle. They detained him, found total of 73.2 grams of marijuana. he was arrested on possession charges and transported to the jail. So,
Well, there you go.
yeah. But they thought it was suspicious. He wasn't really looking for a parking space because he kept driving by a bunch of open spaces and then making, comments to women out the window. So don't do that. It's a bad plan. Thanks for listening.
Very bad plan.
And if you're, driving around with drugs, it's a good way to get caught. Not smart. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. Kendall Jenner's security team had to chase off a stalker who broke into her house, trashed her library, and ended up in her pool.
Oh.
So what in the world is going on there? I guess I would have never guessed that she would have a library. I don't know. Not that that's the weird part of the story. The weird part is somebody broke in, but anyway, moving on. Jamie Lee Curtis says the new Halloween movie reflects the #MeToo movement. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the movie?
No, and I won't. I saw the previews to it.
Does it not look good?
No, and
Okay.
Michael has all the mannerisms down wrong. It doesn't even look like Michael Myers, the way he moves.
The new Halloween reboot just hit theaters, and if you're interested, you can see that, I guess.
I'm not going to bother.
Doesn't sound like we're going to be going to that.
No.
And one last thing here. Netflix gained 7 million new users in the third quarter of 2018. 7 million.
Wow.
New users. That's really like 23 million people because everybody shares their accounts. But still, 7 million new accounts. That's pretty good. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show. Radio. It's a pretty amazing marketing tool. But like many tools, it works best when used properly. Like, let's take this weed whacker. I could use this to trim my hair. Yikes. Hope that grows back. But that's not what weed whackers are for. Tools work much better when you use them for their proper use, just like radio. If you want help making radio work better for your business, that's our business. RadioReallyWorks.com. Get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com. Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by FreshPatch.com, promo code radio. Arby's has a new duck meat sandwich that they just tried out.
For real?
Yeah, they did. It was like over the weekend, I guess.
Is that really what the meat is?
Yeah.
Really?
Duck meat. Why is that so confusing for you?
Little white ducks? Like cute little ducks?
Okay. Chickens are cute, too. So are turkeys.
No,
well, you're like, I'll eat a chicken and I'll eat a turkey, but I'd
you don't
never
go to
eat a
the
duck.
park to feed ducks or to feed chickens. You go to the park to feed ducks.
I'm just saying, they tried it. I don't know if it's going to catch on.
Yeah.
If you go to a lot of, remember the movie? We call it the Furnace movie. What's it called? Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Yeah, they go and eat duck at the end of that at the Chinese restaurant.
I suppose.
So,
but you wouldn't, not fast food.
Well, apparently, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I can't imagine
I've
that's
got a
going to
link
take off.
to the story if you want to know more, but they tried it out over the weekend, and if everybody else feels the way Heidi feels, it probably ain't going to go well. I've had duck before. When I was a kid, I remember trying it. And
I have never had duck.
It tastes just like chicken, but pretty much. It tastes very similar. It's not just like it. So for those of you who are saying it's not exactly the same, you're right. But it all falls in the same category. Does chicken kind of taste like turkey to you?
No.
Not at all? I mean, it all kind of tastes similar to me. So I don't know. Maybe I just have bad taste. Let's move on. This is getting very awkward. A new study found that working fewer hours leads to a longer life. Really?
You suppose?
So you're saying if you don't work yourself to death, you might live longer. Well, that'd be a better headline for that story. A Market Watch survey found that Americans will spend $500 million this year on Halloween costumes for pets. $500 million being spent.
That is insane.
Now, we don't really do that with our pets.
We have.
We did
before,
1 year. Was it just 1 year?
But they would not wear them anyway. So
yeah, our dogs.
They hated it, and it's just cruel to make them keep it on.
Get back over. Got to tape these antlers on.
No, so we haven't done it again since. It was horrible.
I don't know why the dogs don't like me. So. Anyway, MarketWatch did a survey. They found Americans will spend $500 million on Halloween costumes for pets this year. So the economy must be doing okay, apparently. A Connecticut Uber driver was arrested after he groped a sleeping female passenger. That's creepy.
That's very creepy.
I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about that. That is just bizarre. And then here's a story that I think is interesting. Didn't make it to this event over the weekend. Don't know if anybody else even heard of this, but in Florida, they recently held an underwater pumpkin carving contest. What? What is the... What? How does that work? Why would you carve a pumpkin underwater?
Oh, can you imagine how difficult that would be?
I bet it would be tough. Hopefully they got to wear snorkels and stuff. Otherwise,
wow,
they're like, okay,
that
hold
is
your breath.
so interesting.
I didn't get much done. Had to come back up for air. So, yeah, they recently, well, I don't know if it was recently. I think it was over the weekend. They held an underwater pumpkin carving contest in Key West, Florida. So, that is just bizarre. Nothing really surprises me these days. And then one last story here, Heidi. It says here, legalized marijuana officially went on sale in Canada last Wednesday.
I saw that they had made that change.
So here's the thing that I thought was interesting. I've seen on Facebook already where somebody took the Canadian flag and it's got the maple leaf and they put a pot leaf on there.
Oh, yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I don't think that is a good idea. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Timeforrehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. Time now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show. How
you doing, Charlie?
Hey, it's Tuesday.
It is. So what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn today?
Okay, you know who Hulk Hogan is?
I do, yeah.
Okay, he was involved in 2 plane crashes and ironically was wearing the same pair of red underwear during both crashes.
No?
If I was him, I'd get rid of those underwear.
No, those are his lucky underwear.
I don't think so. If he was involved in 2 plane crashes.
But he walked away from both of them.
So does this...
I bet now they're red and brown, actually, if you want to get technical.
Well, they're the same pair, so probably are. He will not board a plane without his lucky red underwear.
There you go. That's good.
With the brown stains.
So, in other words, don't sit right next to Hulk Hogan if you're ever flying.
Or maybe do, because that's the row that always survives. I don't know.
Hey, Ben, I've heard your dogs do this.
Oh, no.
You know, both of them. You know that dogs laugh often, but humans have trouble recognizing it because it sounds like they're panting.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, our dogs are laughing at us all the time. They're like, hey, watch this. She just got comfortable. Now I'm going to pretend like I have to go outside.
They just sit there and say, hey, look at this. It's like a zoo around here.
Everybody laughs at our house. We laugh a lot at our house.
Our dogs are always laughing. And in all fairness, our dogs are more funny than we are. They're hilarious. Or funnier, I guess, would be the right way to say that.
There you go. Hey, in 1950, several store owners realized that they could draw big crowds by having a woman sleeping in the bed in the window display.
Really? So just a lady sleeping in the bed?
Oh, if she was naked or something, I could understand that. But
Wow.
So you mean stores that sell beds, hopefully?
no, every store.
Really? So why is there a lady sleeping in the front window? You guys sell car parts.
Okay, then. Oh, you're in the radio business. You know who Pink Floyd is.
Yeah, we've heard of them, yes.
Now, they got to be old guys, right, by now?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, they were refused payment after a show in 1966.
Why?
The club owner claimed that their performance wasn't music.
Really?
They came to court and lost.
They lost?
They lost.
Really?
So Pink Floyd didn't get paid for a bar gig because what they were playing was not considered music.
There you got it.
I cannot believe that they lost.
They're considered one of the best bands of all time by many, like, big music fans. So that's kind of funny.
That is crazy.
Never heard of them.
Oh, you never? Okay. That's all right. Hey,
I can see why they got fined.
You've heard of them.
Right after Red Rudolph or something. I don't know.
Pink Floyd is not related to Red Rudolph.
Okay. Cousins or something? I don't know.
No.
Hey, then former President Gerald Ford turned down offers from both the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions so he could attend law school at Yale.
Really?
He could have been a football player.
Really?
Well, he was a football player, but he could have been a pro football player.
I had no idea.
I knew that.
Wasn't he the clumsy one?
Well, he wasn't as clumsy as they made him seem to be on Saturday Night Live. But yeah, he had a fumble here and there, didn't he, Charlie?
You guys watch too much TV.
Everything she knows, she learned on television somewhere.
I got one last thing for you. What
Thank
is it?
goodness.
If you're pregnant, which I'm not, I look like I am, but I'm not, male fetuses are able to have an erection in the last trimester.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I had no clue.
Well, now you do.
Why do we even call this guy? I mean, thank you, Charlie. Hey, are you... This is Heidi's dad, for those of you that didn't know that. Are you ready for a question from me?
I think I got the answer.
How much meteor dust falls to Earth in a single day on planet Earth here?
Oh, I bet you it's in the tons, isn't it?
1,000 tons of meteor dust falls to Earth every day. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Wow. Well, you should have said how many tons fall, not how many pounds.
Oh, well, it's 1,000 tons. So, we'll
He
see.
was trying to trip you up. You didn't even have a chance.
Oh,
Dad.
I wasn't trying. I'm just reading it the way it's written, and I didn't translate it. All right. Good talking to you, Charlie. Thank you so much for taking our call.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little show we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The logo for the Chupa Chups was designed by Salvador Dali.
What's Chupa Chups?
I'm pretty sure that's a sucker. Aren't those suckers, Chupa Chups?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
They're the little suckers.
Yeah, okay. I think so, yeah.
Why do every time I say suckers, I hold my hand up like I'm holding a sucker?
I don't know.
Does that translate to the radio well?
Not
Do you
really.
guys all see this? I'm holding up a sucker here. The Chupa Chups, CHUPA, Chupa Chups logo was designed by artist Salvador Dali.
Okay.
So there you go.
There
That's
you
something
go.
I did not know. And now I kind of do. This has been today's fun fact. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. If you have a dog, listen to this. FreshPatch.com is a subscription service that will send you a box with a fresh patch of grass for your dog to use for a few weeks. Then they send you a new fresh patch and you discard the old one. You can throw it in the trash, use it for compost, or even put it in your yard and it'll grow into the ground. FreshPatch.com has thousands of happy dog families who love this concept, especially in the colder months. Try it now for a little less. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO. Time now for today's grandiloquent word, and the word of the day today is coulrophobia. 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 It is an abnormal or exaggerated fear of clowns. This time of year, if you're afraid of clowns, it's kind of tough because Halloween, there's a lot of people that dress as scary clowns.
Are you afraid of clowns?
I'm not afraid of clowns.
I don't love clowns,
Yeah.
but I'm not afraid of them.
I'm not. You know what? I don't think am I afraid of anything? I don't think I'm really afraid of anything.
Me.
No. No, not really. But because we were just talking about that. I was talking to, it's actually funny. I was talking to a lady. My sister is a postal carrier.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a person who is on her route, and she was saying that they put like a fake spider in their mailbox trying to trick her.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't even working that day. It was somebody else. And she's like, is she afraid of snakes or spiders or anything? I'm like, I don't think so. But I got to thinking, I'm not really afraid of nothing. So, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com. Now some weird news for you on this Tuesday. California police are investigating reports that a high school kid baked the ashes of a grandparent into sugar cookies.
Oh, gosh.
And passed them out to classmates.
Oh, gross.
9 kids at the Da Vinci Charter Academy in Davis, California may have eaten cookies with human ashes in it. May have. Says this is a weird one. I've not heard of anyone getting sick or anybody being harmed as far as physically or psychologically by this. 2 students are believed to have had cooked up this morbid plot. This is just crazy. Says the school district declined to provide details. They reported investigators got a bizarre tip from a student and have not yet been able to test the cookies.
If I was one of those classmates, I would start messing with that kid. I'd be like, I'd change my voice and like start talking to him like a grandmother and be like, why did you bake me into the cookies? Find out what his grandma called him.
Come on, sweetheart. All right, move on. Thanks for listening. This is just such a weird. That's why we call it Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh for this Tuesday. Fire officials say that a fire was sparked at a gas station after a driver pulled away from the pump too early. Dramatic surveillance video shows an area of the gas station in flames after the driver pulled away, causing the pump to break from the base and vapors to ignite from the gasoline. Let's pause for a second.
What?
Do you know anybody who's ever driven off and yanked the hose off a gas pump, Heidi? She did that.
Is that what he did? It was still in his car?
Yes.
Okay.
A station attendant acted quickly, grabbed a nearby fire extinguisher, and put out the growing flames, according to video released by the fire department. Gas station owner told news reports that the driver asked for $20 worth of gas, but for some reason left before paying, leaving the worker to put the fire out with 2 different extinguishers. I don't understand what that means. So
It must have been a big fire.
Well, I understand the 2 extinguishers, but he asked for $20 worth of gas, but left before paying. But if he was...
Well, he told him to put $20 on this pump, and they probably did, and then he was supposed to go in and pay, and then didn't go in and pay.
But usually you pay before... I don't know. Maybe it's a different system there. I don't get it. Sounds like we got a guy that did something that wasn't smart, but then we got a hero there working at the gas station. So all in all, it ended well. Thanks for listening to...
So, okay, wait, though. I want to clarify. That's what it was? It was still plugged into his car and he drove away?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Okay, because it didn't say that. It just said he pulled away too soon.
Caused the pump to break from the base and vapors to ignite the gasoline. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it. I've got a link to the story. We may have to check into that a little further. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those 2. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. This is where we try to trick Heidi with a story to see if she can guess whether it's a true story that happened in the great state of Florida or if it's fake news.
All
it's
right.
a bunch of flubbery made up just to fool
ready.
you. If I would have thrown the underwater pumpkin carving thing, would you have thought that
I would have thought for sure that was fake news.
Yeah, that happened,
for
by the way. I was going to use that, but I have so many fake news or Florida stories, I'm like, I'm going to just read that.
Yeah, there's no way
so
I would have thought
that was on earlier in the program. Fake news or Florida? There was an underwater pumpkin carving contest. No, not that one. All right, tell me, Heidi. Fake news or Florida? Police arrested a jilted Florida woman who allegedly began swinging an axe when her girlfriend tried to dump her. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It is a true story, yes. So you don't break up with me unless you want to get an axe apparently swung at you. I don't know what. It doesn't sound like she hit her.
Doesn't sound like she hit her. She was just threatening her.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
It is a big deal. Don't do that. That's a big deal. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All of the details at radiosavings.com. This is such an interesting story. 35,000 people have applied to take care of a couple's cat sanctuary on a Greek island. So for the last 8 years, a couple's been taking in dozens of stray cats to their home on a Greek island. Since their social media posts asking for help, the world has stepped up in a big, big way. Additionally, a single lucky applicant will get to live on this Greek island for free with a bunch of cats. So if you're a cat lover and you like the Greek island, this is cool. Richard and Joan Bowell have been using their own money to care for 65 cats that they've welcomed onto their property. On top of that, they care for a nearby colony of feral felines as well. And they stepped up to be caregivers back in 2010 when they found some strays had given birth to some kittens. Soon enough, their hungry kittens went from a few to a bunch. Now, like I said, there's 65 of them. They transformed their property into a little cat sanctuary called God's Little People. It says here, a wise man once introduced me to the term God's Little People when talking about animals, Joan said. The words are so endearing and full of kindness and compassion that they've stuck with me ever since. There's a photo here that is a picture of like a porch that is just filled with cats. I mean, there's cats everywhere. So now they're trying to find somebody to come out there and help, and it sounds like they're going to have... They've already had 35,000 applicants from 90 countries.
That's crazy.
So
That's a great response.
Yeah.
That would be a bowel movement.
A bowel? What do you mean?
Their last name was Bowel.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bowel movement.
So if you're moving there.
No, it's just the movement of everybody.
How long were you
I was
waiting?
waiting. I was just waiting until...
A swing and a miss, Heidi.
I was waiting until you said, right as soon as you said bowel. And then I was like, okay.
That's what
you
do
movement.
here all day. Would you just stop now?
It's quite the movement. It's awesome.
Is.
There's
That's
all those
quite the
people
movement. 35,000
coming together to try to take care of these cats.
Yes. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.